Hi, this is Melissa with A Creative Journey with Melissa, and today I'm going to show you how to make a really cute and simple thank you card. I really super duper love these stamps right here. This stamp set is called Sentiments for All Occasions, and it really basically is for all occasions. I cannot think of anything that is not covered here. And one of the reasons why I created this stamp set is because I'm always looking for my go-to stamp set, and this is my go-to stamp set. It basically says, thank you, congratulations, happy wedding, congratulations for, all kinds of different things, thinking about you, sympathy, just all kinds, enjoy your day, all kinds of different really cool stuff. And I think that personally, this set, I know this set is my go-to set, and maybe this will be yours as well. This is an awesome stamp set. We have it on our website at www.acreativejourneywithmelissa.com or www.acjwm.com. It all goes to the same place, and we have a whole bunch of stamp sets there. If you're looking for versatile stamp sets that have multiple uses, I like to get more bang for my buck, and that's why I create stamp sets like this, so that it's not just a one-time use. There's multiple uses for this stamp set, and so that everybody can enjoy the idea of creating this and why I've created it. So you'll have one stamp set and you can create a whole bunch of different cards and a whole bunch of different things with it. So with that said, I'm going to show you what you're going to need for this creation. You'll need this stamp set, of course. This is the one. You'll need some scissors. You'll need a piece of paper to stamp on. This is a card base. This right here is matte. This will be on top of that, and then this right here you'll need to punch for the back of the stamp sentiment. This is your ink. This is a embossing folder. You need some 3D pop dots or square embellishments, to pop dot your sentiment. This is your stamp block. You need some twine. We have some adhesive here. We have 2 square punches right here. And that pretty much covers what you will need other than the manual die cut machine. So, in the platforms that go along with it. So let's get started. I'm going to show you what exactly we're making today, and hopefully you will like it as much as I did creating it. I really did enjoy this one. I tend to make a lot of thank you notes. We're very lucky that we have family and friends that are very generous to my kids, and I want to make sure that they know how much it's appreciated. So we are sure to send thank you notes, and they handwrite them, and they've been doing this since they could really write, truthfully. So the card that we're going to create is this one right here. And I love the color palette, and I love the gray. That is something that has really spoken to me lately in creations, and this is why I created it. So this right here may look complicated, may look difficult. It's super duper easy. And you guys, if you've seen any of my videos before, you know how I roll. I like easy, fast, simple, clean and simple. Let's get to it. And it looks like it took you hours to make, and it took you about 5 or 10 minutes. Your kind of card, my kind of card, okay? So let's get started. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this aside. We're going to need our Big Shot machine or our manual die cut machine. And we're going to need the platforms. Now I have mine right here set on tab 1. I'm going to get my embossing folder. I am going to get the piece of paper that I'm going to be embossing, which is right here. Okay, so you're simply going to just take your paper and you're going to stick it in here, and you're going to close it like a sandwich. And so then you're going to put this on top of the tab. And then you're also going to place tab 1. You're also going to place your clear platform right on top of that, okay? And then after that, you're going to place this right on here. And then you place your last clear platform on top of it. So you're basically making a sandwich with your clear platforms, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to roll this right through. This is what embosses the design onto the paper. So we roll it right through. And in doing so, we're just going to slide this off. We have this right here, and you're going to see the magic of embossing. And there you have the embossed image. Okay, so that's what we're going to use on the back part of the card. But I don't need any of this anymore, so I'm going to get this out of our way. So we have this right here. This is the embossed one. And let me pull out the card so you can see what we're going to be making. So we have the embossed one. We're going to take out the other items that we need. We'll need this, and of course we need the card base and the paper to stamp on. Now what I did, this one is opening this way, but I decided to switch it up a little bit and make this one open, whoops, long ways. So that's what this card's going to be. It's a little bit different. I'm going to make sure that this lines up pretty good. Looks like it's good. I'm going to seal it down like that. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this right here and I'm going to apply some adhesive to the back with my glue gun. It's the Advanced Tape Glider. If you hear someone say ATG gun, that's what it is. It's Advanced Tape Glider gun. So that's what that is. It's a big dog. A lot of companies have been using it for years and years and years, and now scrapbookers have, for a number of years, taken it over and said, okay, great for us, so that's what we're doing. So I love this. This is one of my favorite adhesives, especially. It has a really great bond, and I love it. And if you're interested, you can go to one of the big box stores and use a coupon and buy it for yourself. So it's pretty cool, and Mother's Day's coming up, so you should check it out. Anyway, so right here, again, like I said, I'm using the card that is opening like this. So we're going to place it right here, right along the edge. That looks right good where I want it. So we're going to push down. Okay. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take this pattern paper and we're going to glue that right on top too. So we're going to adhere that. So we're going to place some adhesive on this. And it stuck to my finger. So once we're done with that, we're going to turn our card this way, and we're going to basically make sure that it's equal parts on either side on the bottom corner now. That looks good. So just push that down. Now I put a little bit more adhesive on this part underneath the embossing part just to make sure it sticks, because it's got different levels. You want to make sure there's enough adhesive there. So that's done. So we're just going to put the adhesive away for now. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take out our stamps, the Sentiments for All Occasions stamp set. This is my stamp set. As you can see, I've used it, loved it, I love it, I use it a lot. These specific ones right here, as you can see, they're stained. That does not affect the integrity of the stamp at all. I left some ink on there and it stained it, and I could use some solvent to clean it off. I'm sure it would come off. It's not really good for the clear stamps because it can degrade over time. So I'm perfectly happy having it like this. But as you'll see in a second, it doesn't affect the image that you're stamping at all, just so you have that information if you're not familiar with clear stamps or photopolymer stamps. Some people call them acrylic stamps. They're not. They're actually, the material is called photopolymer. And that's what we're going to use. So we're going to use the awesome stamp of thanks. And we're going to use For Being So. And we're going to be using generous. So one of the things I like to do is I am going to place this face down so you can see exactly what it's going to say and in what order. And I have a cute little trick that I created a video for if you didn't see it already. But this is what we're going to be doing here. So I'll show you real quick. Whoops. We just put it in order in the way that we want to see it, not backwards like you normally would. Just put it down like this, like that. Now, of course, we have lines on this stamp block, so we can measure it and make sure that it's, you know, centered and stuff like that. But not always does that work perfectly. Even if you think it's centered, it may not be. So we're going to adjust that so it looks good for what our sentiment's going to be. And so all I do is see, that's where the sentiment is. All I'm going to do is right here, I'm just going to push down and pop up. And that right there shows you what it looks like. So now we're just going to simply stamp it on the white paper. So we're going to take our ink out. We're going to open that up. And I'm probably going to make a few of them because I like to make more than one because I am often doing thank you notes. So we're just going to make a few of these on this paper so I'll have it for next time. Okay, now as I said before, you can see the image right there perfectly fine. I will show you in a second the happy birthday so you can see that that looks good too. Just so you can see that it does not make a difference in the way that the stamp image looks. Okay, I'm going to put this aside. Oops, actually I'm going to use that ink just a second here. I wanted to show you the happy birthday while I'm thinking about it. So I'm going to wipe that off. If you guys want to know what I use for my cleaning my stamps, I actually use the Stampin' Up! Mist. I really like it. I've always used it, and I like the way it cleans it, and I like the way that it doesn't, it's not harsh. That's really important to me. Obviously I don't want to ruin my stamps, so that's what I use. So we're going to quickly show you this. So I'm using the darkest of the dark right here, and this is Happy Birthday. And I want to show you how these, it does not affect the integrity of the stamp. I'm going to line it up like I did in the other one. Oops, I have it upside down. Do it like that. And this creation actually could be fine for a birthday card too. You could use it for either or. Okay, and we have this right like that. That looks good. I'm going to clean off my block a little bit. Okay, so we're just going to press down like so. So you're going to see how dark that looks. You see that? Okay, I'm just going to make sure my stamp is clean because sometimes I forget to clean them off. So I'm just wiping it off real quick. Okay, so this is the stamp. As you can see, it's still dark. Okay, and what I'm going to do is just show you quickly that it does not, the staining does not affect the integrity of the stamp at all. So we're just going to ink this up and stamp it. Ink, dink, 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 ink. Stamp. And another one. And why not one more? And we have space for one more. I like to utilize my time. I'm sorry that you get to enjoy it right now, but that's what I like to do. So, as you can see, we have happy birthday and thanks for being so generous. And they're both as clear as the other, and they look great. So, as you can see, it does not affect the integrity of the stamp or the image. So you know, if you were ever wondering, we have that answer for you. Now, we're going to get to creating the rest of the card. So, we have a 1 3/8 inch punch, and we have a 1 1/4 inch, punch, okay? We're going to use the 1 1/4 inch first, and we're going to utilize it, and upside down. If you've ever seen me do any of the punches or make any, use any of the punches, I like to do it upside down so I know exactly where I'm at, and that looks good to me, so I'm going to do that. Punch it out. I'm actually going to punch out a few more. Why not? I'm here, right? And this is a great way to make multiple cards. And you can even just keep these on hand, put them in a little envelope under thanks so you can have them ready. You can even have a happy birthday one too if you wanted. There. I'll do the rest later. So that is 1 1/4 inch punch. I don't need anything but this one right here. So I'm going to put the rest away. And now I'm going to take out my red paper and we're going to make a little mat for this, okay? So we're just going to take the back of that and we're going to punch it out. I'm just going to make a few of these since I already have them punched out with the other sentiment. Might as well, then I can get rid of the piece of paper. I know. Get rid of paper? No way. But I don't think I could use that for anything. I'm sure somebody could find something to use it for, but I am not going to. So we're just going to put these extra ones aside. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our ATG gun. We're going to take our sentiment and we're going to flip it over. And we're just going to put some adhesive on there. And you're going to adhere this to the red. And there's an even amount on each side. So just adhere it like this. Okay. That's done. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take out our foam dots, if I can find them. And if I can't, that's a bummer. But if I can, yay! So let me see where they might be. Oh, here they are. Here are some foam dots. We're going to do 2 of them here. I'm just going to put one in the middle here and one in the middle here. And then throw out the extra paper. And then once you've done this, you can pull off the paper. And you can adhere it where you think it belongs. And I think this is the perfect spot right here. Does it look good to you? I hope it does. Looks good to me. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take the twine and we're just going to wrap it around 3 times. The easiest way to do this is to put a little hole here. Because it's not the same and you don't have the opening here, you can put a little hole here, or we can do it this way. But I really want to do it this way, so I'm going to get out my hole punch, which I will put on the list of things you need. Let's see here. Here we go. My hole punch is right here. This is the one. It's just a regular hole punch, regular size. I don't know what size that is. I'm not sure if it's a 1/4 inch or what it is. So we're just going to put a little bitty hole and just do a half a hole right on the top here. Like so. So you can see that. And then we're going to take the string or the twine and we're going to bring it up through the hole and leave a little bit of a length. And then we'll bring it through again. We're just basically threading it through like you would thread a needle and thread. And we're going to do that 3 times and make sure that we don't get this all messed up. Okay, there we go. We'll pull this one through. It's super long because we're doing it the long way, so the twine is pretty long. I'm just going to hold this back here. There, okay. That'll work better. Keep a little bit of an order to this. So I'll do this, and then we're going to take this end and thread it through again. And pull it through this way. Like so. And then last but not least, this will be the 3rd one. And then we're just going to cut this extra off. Put that to the side. I'm going to tie it like so. And then make a regular bow. And then, whoops, I forgot. I always do this sideways. So what I do is if you want the bow to go this way, you need to actually tie it this way if I remember correctly. Yeah, that's the way. So if you want it to go this way, you need to tie it the opposite way, if that makes any sense. So if you want the bow to go this way, you want to tie it this way. I don't know. Anyway, it works better this way. Don't ask me why, it just does. So we have this here and this here. And then we're going to trim off the excess. like so. Throw those extra pieces away. Now I don't like that it's all the way down here, so I'm just gonna slightly bend the card and just slide the string so it moves up just a little bit. There we go. I like the way that works. Now if you're trying to manipulate the paper and the card and trying to make sure it looks the right way, etc., the easiest way to do it is to bend the card like this. As you notice, it gives you a lot more room and a lot more ability to move it around like so. So that way you're not going to rip your paper, etc. So you just bend it in so it has a little bit more room. So that's what we have here. And now I'm going to take this and I'm going to spread it out just a little bit, kind of like the other one did. You can't spread it out as much because there's a hole there versus it has free reign right like this one. But that is the difference. That opens this way, and this one opens this way. So I really like both of them. It's nice to get a card and make a card like this because this is the more common one, but I really like the way they both look. And if you wanted to, you could even take your little bow right here, make it even a little bit more different, and flip it around a little bit and make it like that. But I like it this way, so I'm gonna leave it that way. Anyway, well, I hope you really enjoyed this tutorial today. It's pretty simple, like I said. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed creating it, and I hope that you were inspired to create yourself. Make sure that you check out our website for our different stamp sets and products at www.acreativejourneywithmelissa.com or www.acjwm.com. Thank you so much for joining us, and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.